We're all fine. Shit will come.
Perhaps on some other issues, and also pertaining why we're here. Honorable Commission. Thank you once again. While we were at the stadium, we didn't have enough time to discuss about the road infrastructure that we have in Enugu State. And I believe, having gone through some roads, you agree with me that we have spent some money rehabilitating our roads within the urban zone. If you were here about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you would not believe how much the urban roads have been transformed. All these roads were ridden with potholes. But today, His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, has taken time rehabilitating these urban roads. Most of these roads that we are driving now that are dualized, they were single carriageways before, but now they have been dualized. If you know Zika Avenue used to be a single carriageway, but now dualizing Zika Avenue, including the construction of a new twin bridge at the Zika Avenue. Abani Road used to be a single carriageway, but today Abani Road has been dualized. And if you're familiar with the Enugu area that we have in Enugu State, but today Akwata is the shortest cut that you can use in going anywhere. Akwata has been dualized. We're doing also the slope stabilization at the area. Also, a presidential road that we have has been extended all the way from the stadium to Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway. And also now we're doing the dualization of Enugu Abakaliki Road, including the new construction of an underpass and a bypass. You know, if you are familiar with Enugu, I'm sure you must have heard about the Naira Triangle and the issues that we have. If you are coming from the airport, before you get into Enugu town, it will take you quite some time. But with the dualization and the new modern design that we have of the area, including the underpass, you know, that bottleneck that we experienced there will be history by the time we're done. Also, our old airport road, you know, we have reconstructed the old airport road. It's a 4-kilometer road that was done at a record time. We have completed that road, as well as installing the street lights on the road. Also, if you have taken notice on all these roads that we've driven on, they all have street lights. These street lights were done by this administration, and also we have generating sets that we use to back them up in case of power failure. And we have a road maintenance agency that is in charge of maintaining the roads. And also we have maintained our traffic lights, you know, with the support of Ministry of Works. We have a dispensing truck that goes around every morning to refill all the gen sets, you know, to make sure that we have diesel in them, you know, before night falls. You know, if we have also some traffic lights, you know, in strategic areas, and we have also increased the number, and the construction will start soon, you know, sometime this year. And also within the rural areas, just like I pointed out, we have up to 15 ongoing roads now, totaling close to about 500 kilometers. And I just wish that time will permit us. We will go to some of those roads. We have also employed the services of good, reputable companies to do our roads. We have Arab contractors here doing our roads. We have Grey Lines doing our roads. We have Hajij doing our roads. We have Amitech. We have Artidov. We have name it. You know, we have them here, you know, doing our work. You know, as time goes on, and as we move from one project to the other, and as the night comes, you know, our street lights will start, you know, to come up. that's when you also start to appreciate the Enugu urban that you were in, and the nightlife in Enugu. I'm sure if I don't know if some of you have taken advantage of buying certain things from the mall. You know, if you haven't, please come back. Where the mall is still open till like about 9 p.m. so you can still do some shopping. It's a one-stop shop. Anything that you want. If you want food, you get food. If you want electronics, you get electronics. You want clothing, you get clothing. Name it. And if you're too tired and you want to relax with your family, you can go upstairs and and watch cinema. You know, so I think you guys are here for a thrill. You know, we're going to give it to you.
Okay, we may have to take questions based on his briefing before we get to the Secretariat. You have question?
Thank you for that offer, Honorable Commissioner. I just want to know when the project started. When did it start? This very project we are watching.
No, we're not on the project.
Oh, we're not
talking about the project.
Oh. Good governance tour. This is our third stop this evening. Our first stop was at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, which has been fully rehabbed by the Enugu state government. They are awaiting a transfer from the federal government of the stadium. The concept of sports development, which the stadium signifies, according to the briefing we got, is grassroots sports development. And we'll link that up with what we saw in Jos. The pitch is exactly like what we saw in Jos, where Jos is intended not only for international competitions, but also for training purposes, where they can also raise forex. From there, we moved on to a PPP project, which is the largest shopping mall at the moment in Nigeria. It's called the Polo Park. We've been there, and I think a number of us, excluding me, of course, picked up 1 or 2 items in the shop. From there, we've come down to the Secretariat. The Commissioner for Works was given a brief on the various intra-city road projects that the state government has embarked upon in the last few years. And we are awaiting your return to begin the commencement of the tour of the site for the new Secretariat of the Enugu State Government. But once again, let me hand over the microphone to the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Mr. Chuksukoke.
Thank you. Well, it's just to say to the Honorable Minister that we're happy to have you here. We are very pleased with the initiative behind this program, and if anything, Nigeria is certainly going to be better. For some of us who had known you or who had worked in close relationship with you while we are still in the newsroom, we are not surprised that you could come up with such a novel idea without wasting much of your time. We also thank you for being here, because after the hectic day in Abuja and flying all the way from Abuja to Enugu, we ordinarily assume that you will retire to a hotel and then rest and wait till tomorrow. By being the pragmatic man that we've always known you for, you didn't even want to get to the hotel before joining us, so we're happy to have you here. At this point, Honorable Minister, it's my pleasure to welcome or invite the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Godi Madueke, to take us through the idea behind the proposed Enugu State Secretariat. Honorable Commissioners.
Thank you. The site of old and proposed Secretariat for Enugu State. Old site of Enugu State Secretariat. On this same ground, we are building the new Secretariat for Enugu State. The need to reconstruct Enugu State Secretariat was real. Some of these structures that were built as early as 1920s. For example, this is the old Ministry of Works, the old PW, constructed in 1928, and that's an establishment building constructed at the same time. See, the level of rot that we had here before, can only be appreciated if you were here when we were doing the demolition. We had some prefab structures that were here. They had all the leaking roofs. They were dilapidated to the point that the cost of maintaining and reconstructing them or rehabilitating them was almost as high as building new ones. The idea of rebuilding the Enugu State Secretariat was to re-energize the workforce of Enugu people. We want to give them new attitude, because the concept also, we believe that when you have an environment that is very good, the productivity will also be increased. Take for example, most homes may not have air conditioner or light, but if you are at work where you have air conditioner, where you have light, you have the tendency to spend longer hours at work, therefore increasing productivity. Excellency, we have about 13 complexes here at this Secretariat, and we have chosen one of the most reputable contractors in Nigeria to do the work. We have Arab contractors doing the construction. Also, the design was done by Nabike Hofodile and our associate. It's an indigenous of Enugu State also. As you can see, the building is an ultra-modern secretariat, very beautiful, state-of-the-art. And the time of completion of this project is about 24 months. This project actually started in October last year. You see the level of construction that we have experienced so far. The building will contain all the workforce in Enugu State. And some of them will have like about 5 stories. And also included the basement on some of them. Especially the center core is like about 5 stories. Or 4 stories, if you include the basement, it will be 5 stories. And the outer cores, they are like about 4. So we have also included the reconstruction or the landscaping of this area, and also the widening of this road. You know, when this complex is completed, so that we'll have a large boulevard. The road coming to this place is a dualized road coming from Express. You come to Kingsway Road. From Kingsway Road is dualized coming up to here. Then you meet Garden Avenue, which is also dualized. So the essence of this whole thing is to make sure that we house all the Enugu State workforce in one place. So that if you come to Ministry of Works looking for permit, or if you come to Ministry of Enugu Capital Territory looking for permit, you don't have to jump from one ministry here and you go to Ababa, or you go to a new layout or any other place, you know, to get a permit. But once you come into Secretariat, you'll be able to get everything that you want, thereby reducing the cost of transporting yourself from one place to the other, and also reducing the time. Thank you, Your Excellency. B1, B2, and B3. So they are not working here, but they have the PM. The PM is here. Omar. This is the PM, Arab contractors.
The people are not working.
Yeah, today's, after the working hour, and today's Sunday. We work only up to 2 o'clock on Sunday. But the rest of the week we work. Huh?
You work today?
Yeah. We work small.
So how far this work?
I think we are doing fine up till now. This project is a big challenge to us.
What's the challenge?
This project is a challenge to us, but I'm sure, inshallah, this will be.
Why is it a challenge?
The time is very tight, 2 years, but I think
2 years for Secretariat?
13 blocks in 2 years, but we'll do it.
So what's the cost of this project? Because usually that is from the cost of the project.
The cost of the project is about 13 billion.
What is the specific space that we're talking about?
I mean offices. Okay, the architect is here. Do you want to answer it, or you want me to take? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for coming with us. Okay, thank you. We have 4 complexes here, A, B, C, D. each A has 3 buildings, B 3, C has 5, D has 2. Then in D2 we have the buildings we nominated as as listed buildings to refurbish for historical reasons. Now we have a total of 13 buildings. In the 13 buildings we have about 38,000 square meters. But that excludes the basement floors which we have added. We had to add the basement floors to bring the buildings up to level, so that we don't distort the aesthetic value. We have enough space actually to more than accommodate the workforce of the state. The capacity we assign for each worker here, we have, according to international standards, we have about 3.8 meters, but here we have 4.72 per worker. So it's actually more than enough. And then we have the outlet spaces for storage and etc. This doesn't include movement, areas that are for movement or conference halls or for restrooms or restaurants or auditoriums. Each of the complexes has an auditorium and a restaurant. Yes, sir.
When will this project be handed over to you?
Sir, as you heard the contractor, we have given them 24 months, and from the pace of work, we work here every day, Saturdays, Sundays included. It is my firm belief that we will hand over at the agreed time.
Arab contractor. Yes. They're the one handling Owerri Port Harcourt. Yes. Work here first. So when you have this big project in addition to that project, you are worried about your capacity to deliver.
We can't.
Port Harcourt Expressway, you are there, you are not there. So the route, the section, the very area.
Yeah.
Virtually completed and looking fairly good. But the work is slow. As you drive through Port Harcourt, you see a lot of delays, and people are still complaining that the place of work is very slow. So when you are handling another big project here,
can I say?
Our impression is that you will not be able to deliver.
I wasn't worried. Okay.
Yes.
The main problem is some compensation and the relocation that delays our work.
Compensation after how many years?
Yeah, there is some.
The road has, how long has that road lasted? How long have you been aside? Can't even remember anymore.
No, I was not any. I know about the project, but I was not any.
Yeah, because we want to say that you really, the purpose of this good governance law is to see that things are done, finished with.
So,
timely, finished. So
any work we take, if there's the budget and the money for it, we can finish it on time. No problem. We don't have any problem.
Your Excellency, just to help him out a little bit, I think, not on the Port Harcourt Road, I think you are beginning to doubt their capacity to do this work.
The slowness of
Okay, because
when they have two big projects,
they have two different crews. The crew for buildings are totally different from the road. And the project manager for the road is not here.
you'll be a very good lawyer for them. I'm not sure that that's your job.
Because we take that even before we give them this job. They have a total different crew, doing their buildings, and the crew that is doing road construction.
Well, like I said, we're just pointing that out because if it's the same contractor, we need to know that they have a different strategy to deliver here. That's what we're saying, because you have project size that we've seen work is slow. We want to see that anywhere we go, we should be able to assess your competence, whether it's in road construction or housing or anything. The same company. The same company with overall management. Absolutely.
So we have done one, by the way, one federal project.
Carry this microphone.
I want best to point that we have done one federal project in Kaduna, and we we finish it on time. This is from Mararba to Jos. We take the part from Mararba to Pambegua. This was finished on time, exactly. Although there was no budget for it. We took only 1 billion and the project was 5 billion. But we finished. Yes, but we finished the work on time. This is just a remark.
In 2 months and in 2 years, they should enter this complex before His Excellency hands over.
Inshallah, by October 2014. By October 2014.
We'll be back. Good job.
Okay.
We'll be back. Yes, please. Questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Just wanted to know how many Nigerian engineers or construction workers are on this site, and what is the comparison with the number of expatriates on the site, number one. And also to the gentleman who was talking about listed buildings that have been refurbished, I would like to know, were they restored or refurbished? Because listed buildings, you have to preserve the original character of the building and the historical fabric of the building. So can you reassure us that you did not just go and put bright and new things there? Thank you.
Thank you. Now, in this contract, there's a nominal provisional sum actually of 650 million naira to restore the listed buildings. When we talk about restoring, we actually, if you had looked at them when we're outside, you see that some of the components of the buildings have actually been distorted. They've been, would I say, changed. The roof, some of the concrete roof tiles were removed and replaced with aluminium or zinc. The roof, the Crater Hope windows and doors were removed and replaced with some louvers, these modern casement windows. We want to remove those and restore, bring back. We want to bring them to the original state they were in when they were built and handed over. That is what that figure is for. We're going to sand the bricks and sandblast the mortar joints. Yes, we're going to bring the buildings back to their original state. That is what the contract states. Yes.
I think that point should be clearly taken. We don't want to see the history of Enugu just phased out. Public buildings could be really feature attractions for tourism. So the idea is to preserve those old monuments in as much as possible their original form. Modernization is not mainly the issue, restoration. We're talking of restoration, because if every building is demolished and new ones built, this city will lose its history. History will absolutely be gone. And that is very important. We see this all over the place, people demolishing structures just because they are old. No. Those structures give a history for people. So please, as much as possible, that should be clearly a policy of the state government.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but the question has been asked. Construction is one area that we believe Nigerians can handle, especially when it comes to buildings. So in this contract that you have given, what is the quota for the indigenous engineers, architects? How are you using your own local talents?
Because I will talk about the consultancy, then I'll hand over. The consultancy team is made up of 100% local content. All the consultants working under me are Nigerians. We have 4 indigenous companies, and then to also throw in the federal character, we have a consultant from Lagos. So we're completely working with local content. Thank you, sir.
What about the engineers aside?
The engineers aside.
Well, the GC, or the general contractor, is an Arab contractor, and they have some areas of the work that have been sub. See, the GC for this job is Arab contractors, and they have some of these works that they have subbed, to some indigenous companies. The exact percentage I can't tell you, but the Arab contractors is here, the PM is here, but I know that they have some indigenous, companies doing the subcontracting work.
Yes. No. For expatriates, there were only about 10 expatriates that working in this project. Okay, and the rest of the staff is all Nigerian. That's all, and the subcontractors, of course, are all Nigerian. I don't bring subcontractors from any other place here.